Hi folks, it's been a while since I made a video, but I did get something new that I wanted to show you, so I figured I'd make one. You know, we've had all this talk about how eggs are so expensive. I found that out myself. I went down, got a dozen eggs, and it was like $6. So I was thinking to myself, well, it's probably just temporary. It's because of bird flu, but it's temporary. But then I thought, well, you know, that could happen again in the future, and I have to have eggs for my protein. Just in case you don't know, the amount of protein a person needs is the equivalent of 8 eggs per day. So if you don't get enough protein, it begins to eat away at your muscles, and that's, of course, has happened to me a little bit. So I'm trying to prevent that in the future, and eggs is an excellent way to do it because each egg is only 87 calories. So I don't eat 8 of them, but you know, that would fix the problem. But anyway, so I'm back from being sick. I had a bad cold. I think it was on the 14th, February 14th. Was the day that first album was released called In My Orbit, and I was really excited because I had kept it a secret and I hadn't told anybody about it. So my neighbors next door, Mike and Shannon, are like my close friends, and so I wanted to tell them first. So I invited myself over and I showed up, and Mike was kind of sneezing a little bit and kind of coughing a little bit, and Shannon says, well, he's just getting over his cold. And she said, he should be over it by now. And she said, and I had it too. And I thought, oh God, there's probably a bunch of germs floating around in this house. So I was too excited about what I was going to tell them about. And then, as it turned out, they were like, oh, how can we buy this album? They bought it, and we played games, played a board game and listened to the whole thing and had a good time. But I paid for that because it took a couple of days to incubate, and I think by like Wednesday, I had a full-blown cold. I knew something was wrong when I woke up, and it was I had a sore throat. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's just postnasal drip or something, but it was actually cold. So I was miserable for days. I'm not going to go into, but misery. So I finally got over it, and then the day after I went over it, I started having nosebleeds. I mean, blood was just pouring out. And I don't think it's ever happened to me. Maybe 10 years ago or something, but it's never happened. So anyway, I got myself straightened out. I got back well again. Went and got my hair cut because I was, shaggy and shabby looking. And so I'm back to normal again. So hopefully as spring comes about, I can make some more videos and get back in the scheme of things. I just got back from my bike ride, by the way. I went on a long bike ride. It's 77 degrees. It's the end of February. So I went ahead and got these powdered eggs. I ordered them from Amazon, and there's a bunch of different brands, but I just decided on this brand called Nutrient Survival. And as I'm looking in the screen right now, it looks reversed to me, but maybe by the time this video is finished, being produced, it won't be a mirror image, but right now it's a mirror image to me. And this was I think this was fairly expensive. This was like $75 or $76 for these eggs, but it's a lot of eggs. It has a shelf life of 25 years. So when, the economy crashes and the world crashes and we have a world war and all this kind of stuff, I will have eggs. The way these eggs come is you have to use a can opener to get it open. And the equivalency, it says here, it says that 2 eggs is equal to 1/4 cup of powder and 1/3 cup of water. So I figured what we do is I would just make some and then, cook it on the griddle and let you see, and then I'll taste it. And then you can decide if you need to get some for you. I actually have an electric can opener, but it hasn't been working right lately, so it's kind of weak. And this one right here, this manual can opener is a lot more robust. So I figured, since this is a big can, maybe I'll just go with that. Okay, drum roll. It doesn't really have a distinct smell. It's kind of like a, you know, if I had to guess the smell, I'd probably say it almost smells like flour. A little bit, just kind of a, this is a thing to take the moisture out. You're supposed to remove this. Probably just stick that right back in there when I'm done, I guess. So let's get a 1/4 cup. Wait a minute. Oh, got another one in there. Boy, they want to be sure these things don't get moisture. They're probably like buried all in there, you know what I mean? I expected them to look more, I don't know, I guess I expected something different. I expected them to be all powdery and stuff, but there's a very interesting consistency, doesn't it? I just think this is all eggs. Amazing. Put some egg in here. I put way too much. You know, you don't have to be exact. It just depends on how robust you want your eggs. But considering how much they cost, okay, that's not exact, but that's just close enough, right? Okay, so I just eyeballed it. And now I've got a little battery operated little mixer thing I could use, but just for this purpose, I'm just gonna just stir it manually. I have a little battery operated thing you can use for like shakes, like if you were drinking one of those nutrition shakes or something. Okay. Well, I may have put just a little bit too much water in there because it's kind of runny looking, but we're just gonna go with it. Good thing about wearing these little gloves is that you can just use your fingers. I did this one time without gloves and I burned the tip of my finger, and boy did that hurt. That hurt for days. Okay, so it is heating up. You know what? They're starting to look a little bit thicker. I don't know if you can see the difference in the consistency, but they're starting to get thicker as they sit. Okay, you see it's probably getting ready now, so pour that in here. I really didn't mix it. You still see some little pieces in there. I really didn't mix it up enough. I think next time I'm going to use my little battery operated mixer to do it. But, you know, live and learn. So you can see it's cooking up a little bit. I mean, just to look at it, it doesn't look exactly like eggs. But, you know, almost looks like a pancake, doesn't it? They do put, it's got some non-fat milk in it, non-fat milk powder, and it has some nutrition added to it. That's how it's you know, enriched. I know what you're thinking. That doesn't look like real eggs, but you know, it's powdered. What do you expect? It does look like a pancake. I think it's pretty much done. Yeah, I think it's pretty much done, folks. I'm gonna unplug the griddle here. You know, I almost want to get like some syrup. Rocket can smell that. That's why he keeps walking over here. All right. Here it is. And it smells like egg at this point. Yeah, it tastes like eggs. It needs salt. My answer to this, make myself a sandwich. I only got one piece of bread. My answer to my opinion of this is fine. It does taste like eggs. I wouldn't say it was quite as good as real eggs. And there's a difference. But with a shelf life of 25 years, you know, you're out of eggs. But I mean, it's more cost effective to buy the eggs than buy this. No, they're all right. Not bad. But I'm not, you know, longing to eat them. So, if you want to give them a try, there are lots of different brands out here, but this seemed to have the best, you know, reviews. All right, folks, that's it. I'm gonna get back to finish off my eggs. And my dog wants one too, so.
Just for the light.